this week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast.
That's trash. He got
3
94 yards on 32 carries.
Bro, 3 a pop is trash for a backup.
Yeah,
He was starting. He was starting. That's not trash. Come on, bro.
Bro, that's trash.
That's not trash. The league
That's
leader
Trent
had
Richardson.
5.
That's
Bro, the
Trent
league.
Richardson.
No, get out. I'm not finna let you slander that guy like that.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't.
What's going on,
in
folks?
their right mind.
Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land.
True.
Man, if you guys was working last week or dealing with life or whatever,
Word.
and you missed anything in sports, don't worry, we got you. And we do this every week. We take a whole week of sports, we take the good stuff, we filter out the bad, you don't want the bad, and we bring it to you in dramatic fashion, man. If this happens to be the first time you've ever watched our show or listened to our show, I'm one half of it. I go by the name of K-Spade, the prospect.
And
And
I'm
this
your
guy.
boy LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir. Let them know, bro.
Spade. It's been a crazy week, bruh. I mean,
A great week.
It's been a great week. What's between what's going on in the NFL, between what happened in the NBA, the fight tonight, which we both we excited about the fight. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Spade. I want to start in the NBA.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to start in the NBA. So if you guys was living under a rock, it was a trade this week. Sorta. But a trade happened this week. If you guys didn't know, Kyrie Irving was on his way to the Boston Celtics in exchange for Isaiah Thomas, Jae Crowder, and a 2018 first-round pick that belonged to the Celtics from the Nets. And,
Right.
you know, Spade, me and you talked about this off camera, and we was like, yo, how you feel about it? How you feel about it? And we was like, yeah. But then something happened late last night, and it was reports coming out saying that Isaiah Thomas took the physical, and it didn't go so well. So Cleveland has their choice to either void the trade or potentially go back to Boston, get on the horn. They could be on the horn as we speak, as we doing the show Spade. So something may pop up on one of our phones and be like, boom, they got this, or trade is void. So we have to wait and see. But they probably on the phone as we speak, trying to either get another pick or another player. We don't know. But Spade, it's been chaos between Cleveland and Boston in this trade. What's going on? Talk to your boy. Talk to your boy.
Before we even got the news last night about Kyrie's physical results kind of having the Cavs, not Kyrie, IT's physical results having the Cavs kind of scratching their heads. Before we even get that far, before we talk about how the fans been treating IT and reports came out of the camp that some of the Boston players felt like IT rubbed them wrong. Before we get to any of that, the trade itself left me puzzled, bro. Like, for real. And this is one of the few times in history where I just wasn't crazy about the trade on either side.
Okay.
And I want to talk about that if you don't mind. Can we start there?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's talk about Boston. #1 seed in the East.
Yep.
You got to put an asterisk by it because we all felt like the Cavs was kind of like, y'all can have it.
Yeah,
we
they let
good.
off the gas.
It was kind of like,
off the gas.
It's kind of like when you at the grocery store, you ready to check out, and you look back and you see this person, they only got like 2 items. And you're like, go ahead. I ain't in that big of a hurry. That's kind of how the Cavaliers did Boston. But hold on. Even if we don't feel like this team is a legitimate 1 seed, and I don't, they definitely that 2 seed that's right there on the Cavaliers' back pockets, waiting on something to go wrong. And maybe this offseason was the year that this team was supposed to take that next step forward. They had the big Gordon Hayward deal, which everybody over there was celebrating. Hey, we got Gordon Hayward. He's the next Larry Bird. And they wasn't thinking about the fact that you was going to have to move assets in order to be able to offer this guy or to be able to pay this guy the contract that was offered. They had to make some moves. One of those moves involved moving their best perimeter defender in Avery Bradley. They had to do it. I understood it. But once again, I wasn't sure just how much better that made Boston. Then you move IT.
They traded Bradley. They got Morris back. But go ahead, continue.
That's right. They also had to move Kelly Olynyk.
Yep.
That's neither here nor there at this point. But I'm got to talk about the whole grand scheme of things. Then you bring in Kyrie, who, let me go ahead and say, I think Kyrie is an instant upgrade to IT. Sorry, Boston fans or IT fans. I think Kyrie's a better offensive player than IT. I think although Kyrie isn't a great defender, I give him a notch on defense above IT, and he's younger. And he ain't coming off of an injury. So, hey, I like that. But in order to make that happen, you give up some assets. You give up another draft pick. And most importantly, you give up Crowder, who's also one of your better defensive players. I'm looking at Boston like this team is terrible defensively now. Now you still got Smart.
Let me interrupt. Now, I agree with you 100%. But,
okay.
But me and you watched a lot of basketball last season, and we seen how Boston fans was treating Jae Crowder, and we was like, what's the issue? So, whether it's warranted or not, I feel like Boston fans wanted Crowder out anyway. They wanted him out anyway. And that's regardless of whether they got Kyrie or not, I felt like they wanted Crowder out. But go ahead, continue.
That's possible. Because, I mean, it was some question marks about exactly how this thing was going to work with Hayward.
Yeah.
So, defensively, you still got Smart, who I think is a good perimeter defender. And I'm not saying nobody else on that team can play defense. I'm talking about guarding these guys with the handles. I'm talking about the John Walls and those people in the East and the Kemba Walkers. Who the hell going to guard them folks? It ain't IT. And now that he's gone, it ain't Kyrie. They not guarding them folks. Okay, so maybe you got Smart. You and I, we looked at what they're considering a mock of the starting lineup for this team, and it didn't even have Smart in the starting lineup. Didn't even have him in the starting lineup. Had Jaylen Brown starting at the 2, which I think is a reach. But anyway,
let me cut you off because I read another report. And you know, these reports are, we don't know what the depth chart, what's the starting lineup going to be. These are just reports.
They don't know yet. It's going to take some offseason. Yeah, they'll get it figured out.
I also read another report that had Gordon Hayward starting at the 2 and had Jaylen Brown at the 3. So I don't know what's going on in Boston, but if they got Gordon Hayward at the 2, that's food. That is food. Well,
Gordon Hayward isn't the best defender.
Okay.
Kyrie isn't the best defender. Let's get to this, though. I'm looking at Boston and I'm going, let's suppose that, I don't care how you want to make the starting 5. I don't care what you do. Even if you put Smart in. You can say Kyrie, Smart, Hayward, let's say Horford and Brown.
Morris. I'm pretty sure they're going to start Morris at the 4. I'm assuming.
Okay, maybe. I don't know what they're doing. But I'm looking at that lineup and I'm like, it's a lot of question marks over there. Gordon Hayward, I'm pretty sure Gordon Hayward came over there to be the man. Now you finna bring in Kyrie, who is a ball-dominant PG. He basically, ain't no basically, he's definitely a shoot-first PG. Man, Kyrie has finished games with 0 assists as a point guard. Finished complete games with 0 dimes.
It was also reports that Kyrie want out of Cleveland because he want to go be the man. So Gordon Hayward over there in Boston, thinking he about to be the man, but then they go get Kyrie, who also want to be the man.
Exactly.
Continue, Spade.
So I'm looking at this thing like, I can't say that I love the trade from Boston's perspective. Now let's jump over to the Cleveland side of things, because everybody was like, oh, Cleveland won that. They won that easy. I'm like, okay, all right. You got IT, who, if you could get a downgrade at the 1 defensively, it ain't many ways you could go to get a downgrade from Kyrie defensively, but damn it if they didn't do it. You get a downgrade at the 1 from Kyrie. Okay, you got, the one thing I do like about it is in the 4th quarter, IT likes to step up. They call him Mr. 4th quarter. We have seen Bron in the 4th quarter be a little bit passive. LeBron ain't dying to take that last shot, so that part works out.
Yep.
You bring Crowder in, people were saying, well, I like this because Crowder's a good defensive player, and he'll bring them depth off the bench. Okay, but for what they really like to do, they kind of like to surround this team with, like, catch and shoot people, and I think Crowder got a decent shot. I like Crowder. You get the draft pick. I like the draft pick. But I keep looking at IT at the 1, and I just don't know how that's going to work. I just don't know how it's going to work. So if I had to give an edge, I'd give the edge to Cleveland. But I don't love this trade on either end. I don't love this trade on either end. And I never asked you your opinion, but before we get to the new news, how did you feel about the trade? Like, was you looking at this trade like, oh, I like that?
See, I got mixed feelings. I think it's a win-win. You got to trade Kyrie. I do.
You ain't got to, though. So what? He's disgruntled.
I mean, he can't.
I know people at my old job
unless you want to go that route,
you know what they ass gonna be Monday at work.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's people that's disgruntled that don't like their job situations all throughout the world. They ass is going to work the next day, clocking in.
I mean, that's
and
true.
You tell I don't know. A lot of people saying.
Let me continue.
Go ahead.
I want to say it's a win-win. You gotta trade Kyrie. You don't unless you want to have the split locker room, the disgruntled player. If you good with that, then you keep Kyrie. If you got any inkling thinking LeBron is out after this year and Kyrie can actually be the man in Cleveland after LeBron leaves, then you keep Kyrie. But if Kyrie is so adamant that he wants to be traded, you got to trade him. Now, I didn't know this hip injury I knew he had a hip injury, but I didn't think it was this severe. They saying that they can void the trade. But if you don't want Kyrie, if you can't get like a equal player, which you never get equal value, value when you're trading a superstar in any
especially
in any
a young
sport.
superstar.
A young superstar. Right. In any sport, you never get equal value. But if Isaiah Thomas was 100% healthy and he didn't have this hip injury, and you got Crowder, another defensive guy that could potentially help with you going against the Warriors, and whether it's defensively, a couple of points off the bench, and a first-round pick that's going to be the Nets. Spade, I think we both think the Nets are going to still be trash, even with the move they did to get Russell. I think we still got them being trash, so that could be another lottery pick. That can be another lottery pick. So I want to say it's a win-win. I'm not happy about the trade, but I want to say it's a win-win. I actually think Cleveland could have got better. It was some other trades out there. I think it was something with like Phoenix. It was another trade with Phoenix. Kyrie was saying the only team he was signing an extension with was the Spurs. I don't know who the hell the Spurs was going to trade. It was some rumors about the Knicks. Unless you get in Porzingis, like you said, Spade, in the earlier show.
Yep.
I don't see nobody on the Knicks roster you looking like, yo, we'll trade Kyrie for that guy. I don't see it. So I think this was pretty much, if you want to bust a trade, aside from that Cleveland Phoenix trade that they was talking about with Bledsoe and some of the young players, but I don't think Phoenix wanted to part ways with, I think, Josh Jackson. I think that's his name. The Jackson kid, the kid they just drafted. I don't think Phoenix wanted to part ways with that guy, and Cleveland wanted him. But if you couldn't get that Phoenix trade, I think this was the best trade that they can get. They got a first-round pick, so if LeBron leaves, they got somebody to get the fans excited. I watch college basketball, but I'm not a huge college basketball fan, so I don't know who's coming out in the draft like I would know with college football. But I mean, a first-round pick that could potentially be number one or a lottery. Now, that's not saying too much for Cleveland because they done messed up number one picks before. Anthony Bennett, they done messed up number one picks before. Yeah. So it's not saying much. But I think this was the best they can get, so I want to say win-win. As far as Boston,
of course, go ahead, because this is what I want to hear. How is it a win for Boston?
As far as Boston, Spade, Boston is known for that gritty, rugged defensive team, and they pretty much got rid of their heart and soul in Avery Bradley and Crowder. As much as Boston fans hate Crowder, Crowder is not a bad player. He's a solid small forward, a solid defender. I don't understand why Boston fans don't like Jae Crowder, but you done got rid of Bradley and Crowder and going to replace him with Jaylen Brown, who's still young and developing, or Marcus Smart, who I love. He a dog. Marcus Smart is a dog. But you gave up a lot for Kyrie. You gave up a lot to still lose, not make it to the finals. I still don't see them making it to the finals if this trade even go through. I don't see them making it to the finals. They might make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't see them beating Cleveland. Boston fans, I'm sorry. I don't see you guys beating Cleveland. Maybe y'all can put up a better fight instead of losing in 5 games. Maybe y'all losing 6. Maybe y'all taking the 7. I don't know. I just think it was a win-win because you got to move Kyrie.
I don't know. I don't know that you did a good enough job of proving to me right there that you even believe this is a win for Boston. Like, I just heard your spiel on Boston. I ain't hear win anywhere in that. Like, I don't know how you come away from.
I feel like they got a better player. I feel like they got a young superstar. You can't be mad at them getting a young superstar. Anytime you can get a 20-something-year-old superstar, I think we both agree Kyrie is a superstar.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a win. They got the best player in the trade, in my opinion. So it's a win for them. I think they gave up a lot, but they got the best player in the trade.
Okay, now we can't spend too much more time on this. Let's get on this in case you guys did miss it. It was some news last night that the physical for IT, the Cavs ain't really like what they saw when they got a chance to look at my dude's hip. Now, first of all, let me say, I think I probably owe him an apology. I had a question mark on just how hurt this guy was in the playoffs against the Cavs. I kind of thought maybe he saw doom and decided to walk away. Sounds like I owed him an apology. If it was an injury that was so severe that here we go, the next season they looking and they like, I don't know about that. That don't look good. Then that man was really hurt. So first of all, I owe him that. Second of all, though, this goes back to what I'm saying about if you the Cavaliers, and even though they did get some depth in Crowder, a pretty decent scorer, a pretty good defender, and a draft pick, which we all feel like is probably going to be a lottery pick, you still got to wonder whether or not it's enough for a 25-year-old perennial all-star NBA champ superstar in the league. And they see something in IT that is at least enough cause for pause. At least. They like, wait a minute, what's this? So, I mean, only time I tell what happens there. I honestly don't love the trade on either side. I don't love it.
Let me jump in. I want to say, do you think Cleveland is like, we know Isaiah got a hip problem, and we knew that before I think everybody knew this before the trade happened. They probably didn't know it was this bad or look like that.
What severity?
Yeah. But do you think Cleveland is like, yo, we know Isaiah got this hip issue. Let's see if we can squeeze some more orange juice out of that fruit over there in Boston and see if we can get, if it ain't nothing but another asset or maybe another pick, even if it's a second round. Do you think they trying to squeeze something else out of Boston just to make this trade go through, or do you think do you think Cleveland will really void this trade, Spade? That's what I'm asking.
Well, I don't know enough about that new GM that they got. I know for a while when they was without a GM and Dan Gilbert was operating as one, I don't think he's smart enough to do that. So I don't know. I don't know enough about this guy to know if he's that vicious in negotiating that he's going to try to get all he can get. If so, it's a great strategic move. But I don't know. I feel like right now, I don't know that they could go back. Like, things have been said. Now they're saying that, turns out IT had rubbed some people wrong, which I'm not going to say I thought that was happening or I knew that was happening because
we kind of mentioned that on the show. We mentioned that.
I was like, IT, and he's got every reason to, don't get me wrong. You go from basically being Mr. Irrelevant of the draft to being Mr. Fourth Quarter. That would give you a tremendous amount of confidence boost. But I was hearing some things. I'm like, IT be kind of popping. Like, somebody was like, man, the coach said you're an impossible guy to cover if you're going to continue your dribble like that. He was like, I'm impossible to cover, but that's not why I'm an impossible cover. Like, look at this guy. This guy be kind of popping. So at some point there, they stopped being the Boston Celtics, and they started to be IT and the Boston Celtics. And where that happens a lot, I just don't know how many players on that team was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably going to be the case wherever. He could go to Cleveland, and that still could possibly be the case. But I don't know. So much has come out now and been said. I don't know that you can undo this deal. So at this point, you either see if you can get more out of it, or you just take your damaged goods. You just been finessed, bro. You went and you bought something. You got home and realized somebody bought it and returned it. You thought it looked new, but you open it up and the instructions ain't there and the styrofoam broke up. It is what it is.
Last question, Spade.
Yep.
Boston fans, how they treated burning Isaiah Little shirt, jersey type of thing. How you feel about that?
First of all, let me say this. It was one fan. And I'm not a fan of Boston fans, but I'm going to defend you guys right here. It was one fan. He clearly did it for attention because he had his camera right there. He wanted to record and then put it on social media. It's just one dumb idiot that wanted some attention and he got it. I don't feel like that's the way Boston fans in general felt about IT, so I'm not going to judge him off of that one guy's actions, but clearly that guy was an idiot. IT didn't ask for the trade. He didn't even want to be traded from what I could tell. So he looked real stupid out there burning his jersey because he got involuntarily traded. He looked stupid.
I agree with you 100%, especially after what Isaiah Thomas did after the death of his sister. He came right back to work and played his heart out. He deserved to be treated better than that by the Boston fan mate. I don't know. You said it was one fan that could. I don't know, because I seen some comments on that video and they was like, "Yeah, burn it." I don't know, but he deserved to be treated better because he didn't ask to be traded. Let's move on, Spade.
All right. Man, I like the way the NBA still finds a way to stay relevant even when their season is out.
Chicks.
I wish I could say the same about the NFL, but when the NFL season is out, the only news we get be people like doing drugs and stuff like that. But anyway, our next topic is going to be an NFL topic, man, and this news kind of comes out of Pittsburgh, kind of comes out of New York. In case you guys didn't know, Odell Beckham suffered an ankle injury. Don't look to be too severe. I don't know if they've, got any MRI results back. LaParis, maybe you can help me with that. But in a preseason game, Odell Beckham was basically running a in route, had a pretty good amount of distance on the defender, caught the ball. The defender was really beat. He was doing everything in his power to stay in the play, and he kind of tried to make a play, dove into Odell, tried to, chop his legs from underneath him. And to me, it looked like his cleats probably had kind of dug into the turf. And even though his legs got swept out because the cleats was dug in, it bent his ankle back and he had a bit of an ankle injury. I saw it, and to me, I don't think it was a dirty play. I feel like anytime somebody gets hurt, everybody yells dirty play. I mean, it's a vicious sport. People get hurt. But apparently, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Le'Veon Bell, who I would like to assume knows more about the sport of football than me, Le'Veon Bell said it was a dirty hit, and he wants to see the league take more steps to protect players the same way they protect quarterbacks. They need to protect other positions. LaParis, my question to you, first of all, did you see the hit? I know you did, but the listeners don't know. Did you see the hit? Do you think it was dirty, and how do you feel about Le'Veon's comments? I just hit you with a three-piece, bro.
I actually was watching the game. I seen the hit, and Odell Beckham feet being swept from under him probably helped him from it being an ankle, which it was, to it could have been a knee. Everybody, the way Odell act, we thought it was what he. I got this saying, y'all. You guys don't know. I got this saying, but I say put 100 on 10. That means I got $10, but I'm gonna make it seem like I got $100, and that's what Odell did. Odell put 100 on 10, and the way he was selling the injury made it seem like it was way worse. He even went back to the locker room and fell back down on his knees, and I was like, yo, Odell acting like he about to be out for the season. But as far as first of all, I don't think that the hit was a dirty hit. I don't think it was a dirty hit.
Okay.
The NFL now implemented these rules to make DBs and defensive football players stop hitting up top. They really don't want them hitting up top. Anytime it could be a shoulder to shoulder hit, Spade. The offensive player it's like second nature for them to duck down. You could be aiming for chest, shoulder, midsection. Yep. And the offensive player
to try to get lower.
Yep. And the offensive player, it's like second nature for them to duck as well. And it could be a helmet to helmet hit.
Yep.
And this is preseason. You want a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 fine in preseason? Come on. So instead of they implemented these rules, they don't want players being hit up top, especially when they're not seeing the defender coming. So what you think defenders are going to start doing? They're going to start hitting around the thighs, around the knees, around the ankles. They're going to start hitting lower, and there's going to be a lot more injuries, whether it be to the knee or the ankle area or the leg area. What do you expect? What do you expect defensive players to do? It's a physical game. You gotta hit. You gotta tackle. You don't want them hitting up top. And the box to hit in the midsection, it shrinks every time the offensive player catches the ball, runs the ball, duck his head. It's a catch-22. You either gotta let them go, go all out and just hit anything, or you're going to get more injuries like this. I don't think it was a dirty hit. I understand why the kid went low. As far as what Le'Veon Bell said, Le'Veon Bell got to understand that. And I don't like the way they protect quarterbacks, because it didn't used to be like this back in the day. You can't breathe on a quarterback. You cannot breathe on a quarterback
unless his name Cam Newton. You can do
unless it's Cam Newton. But I don't like the rules that they even have on set for the quarterback. But Le'Veon Bell got to understand that the quarterback is the draw. If a team loses a quarterback, that could potentially mean their season is over if they don't have a solid backup that can at least get a couple of wins. So Le'Veon Bell got to understand that. A wide receiver, running back, they don't care too much about y'all. My question to you, Spade, is preseason the problem? Is the problem preseason?
That's a good question. Before I answer that, let me go back. You said wide receivers, running backs, and I know you probably don't mean it in a literal sense. You said wide receivers and running backs, they don't really care about y'all too much. I disagree. I think I think they care about all of these people, not because they just lovely and they hard and because the whole product is a money-making product. And the league don't want to do nothing but make money. But at the same time, it's a thin line between making this game safe and just changing what this game is. This is a gladiator sport. It ain't safe. It ain't nothing you can do to really make it too safe. It's a gladiator sport. It's going to be violent. I hate to admit this, but to me, my young days watching people like Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith and Ronnie Lott and Scott Case, and I wanted to see somebody get hit. I felt like the best thing about playing DB was catching a receiver coming across the middle, catching a receiver who was catching a high pass. That was the highlight of the game, watching somebody get smacked. My favorite play in the Super Bowl when the Panthers went was Luke Kuechly catching Demaryius Thomas coming across the middle. That was the best thing that happened in the whole Super Bowl to me. So, I don't know. Let me answer your question, your actual question. Is the problem preseason? I don't know, because fans see preseason as, okay, football's coming back. These games don't really count. I feel like some of the veterans see preseason as a hindrance, but let's not forget, it's a bunch of guys out there trying to make the team. Yeah. Now, if you want to say none of the starters are going to play, I don't have a problem with that. It can be 4 preseason games of just guys trying to make the team and coaching staff getting a chance to evaluate those guys. But I feel like preseason is necessary. A lot of times you got new personnel, you got new coaching staff members, you got new OCs and DCs, you got new plays, and I don't know what you're supposed to see them at other than the preseason. So maybe I'm just that guy that I'm trying to protect tradition of my memory of what football is, and I don't want to see the preseason done away with. You know what I'm saying? Going back to the Odell play, I don't think that guy was consciously in his mind thinking, I can't hit Odell high because of penalties or whatnot. I need to try to hit him low. Now, I didn't see that play live, but I've seen it a bunch of times since then, and that guy was beat. He was beat so bad that he was almost stumbling. He was just trying everything in his power to stay in the play. If you look at the replay, he damn near crawling. He on the ground crawling. He just trying to get the Odell to make a play. This ain't the time of the year. You don't want to be that guy when you go to film study giving up the big play. I don't know the guy name. LaParis told me the guy name. I don't know him. Maybe he's been around the league. Maybe he's a veteran. Maybe his job is safe. Maybe it ain't. Maybe he trying to make the team. Maybe he was just trying to make a play. So I don't want to see preseason done away with, but maybe I'm just, maybe I'm that guy that's holding on to something that needs to change. I don't know, bro.
It was his name, Bodie Calhoun. That's his whole last name, Bodie Calhoun. But, I mean, he's definitely a journeyman corner. He done been on about 2 or 3 teams. I mean, he's trying to make the team. I mean, he might be on the Cleveland Browns still. Like I'm saying, he might have signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns, but he's definitely not one of those guys that you be like, yo, we not cutting this guy. He can be cut.
Right.
I mean, the guy, when I played football, I told you, Spade, I had a coach that said, yo, he basically said, if you bust all the way, meaning if you make a mistake all the way. I'm not going to be mad at you if you make a mistake all the way and you giving me effort. And that's what that kid was doing. He got beat and was just trying to make a tackle. I don't think it was a dirty play. I just think fans think because it's preseason, they don't want their stars to get hurt. And let me tell you why the Giant starters was out there. The Giant starters was out there because the Giants have been not look. The offense hasn't been in sync.
The defense has been looking good, but not that.
Yeah, the offense have not been in sync, and they wanted to get the timing down. So that's why Odell was still out there. And I think that's what preseason is for. Now, I seen fans saying, people was tweeting me saying, this is why preseason sucks. They need to get rid of preseason. I heard other NFL aficionados say, shorten it to 2 games, but they was like, if you shorten the preseason to 2 games, then the NFL going to want it to be an 18-game season. They got to make that money up somewhere. So it's a catch-22. I don't know. I don't have the answer. Let me say that. I don't have the answer. I don't mind preseason. Injuries are going to happen. You never want it to happen to your star player. You never want it to happen to a player of that importance. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. I mean, I don't think it was a dirty play, but I could be wrong. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let us know. Was the Odell... Go ahead, Spade.
I was just going to say to the listeners, if you guys saw the play, give us your opinion on it. Because to me, man, that man was trying everything in his power to make a play.
If you guys didn't know, we're going to move on. If you didn't know, it was another injury last night in the game. The New England Patriots suffered a crucial injury to Julian Edleman. He tore his ACL in his knee, and this is a huge blow to the New England Patriots. In my opinion, now I know you New England Patriots have this motto, next man up, spade. Talk to your boy, Julian Edleman, out for the year, ACL.
I don't think it's I hate to say that. I love Julian Edleman. Let me say that. I don't think it's a huge loss at all.
Wow.
That Hogan gonna do everything that Edleman had been doing. This team was known to not really have a star on the receiving core anyway. They just picked up Brandon Cooks, who I feel like man, I'm telling you, man, as a Dolphin fan, I don't hate nothing more than the way the Patriots can replace an injured guy or a guy that they moved. They just continue to move along, man. And Julian Edleman is on the backside of his career. He ain't doing nothing phenomenal out there anyway. He ain't running them but drags and 3-yard hitches. They got other guys on that team that can do the same thing. They gonna be all right. Trust me.
I mean, the dude, Julian Edelman's big. I mean, I hear you, but Hogan, I don't know if Hogan is more of a stretch guy. I think Amendola may slide into his spot, but I don't see Amendola being as consistent as Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman get about 125 targets, 130, 40 targets a year, and I think he's more important than you giving him credit for, Spade. Julian Edelman, I think, is a big part of that offense, especially when you don't know what you're getting from Gronk. Gronk has been injury prone over these past couple of years. The running back position ain't the same. That's a revolving door. They run 3-4 running backs over there. I know they throw it out the backfield a lot. Maybe the running backs are getting more of them Julian Edelman targets. Maybe they'll line a running back up with Julian Edelman lined up. I mean, with the Patriots, it's always next man up. So you pretty much gotta trust Bill Belichick that he's gonna make the right adjustment. You gotta trust him, and Tom Brady's gonna throw it to the right guy. But I just think losing Julian now. Let me say this: losing Julian Edelman ain't like losing Tom Brady. Like long as Tom Brady there, Tom Brady gonna throw it to the open guy. But I think Julian Edelman is important to this team, not only just for the passing. I mean, sometimes they do halfback passes. I mean, wide receiver passes with Julian Edelman. They hand it off to him sometimes. He do a lot of things for that team, and I think it's a huge loss.
Time will tell.
Only time will tell.
I got some news I want to share, bro.
Go ahead.
NCAA football.
Yep.
It's returning now.
Right.
It's actually back right now.
Yeah.
Really exciting time of the year for me. I know what y'all thinking, Spade. Hold up, you're supposed to be the NBA guy, and I am, but I love my college football. The Bears, you want to share with the listeners what my homie Desmond Howard said? Just tell the folks.
Spade,
they want to know.
I told you that off camera. I didn't know you was going to ask me to say that on camera.
Yeah, man.
So college,
share with the people.
If you guys don't know, college game day came back today, and they was going around the table asking the commentators up there, who's your sleeper team? Who's your sleeper team? Who's the team we should be watching? Who's the team we should be looking out for? And Desmond Howard, Heisman Trophy winner Desmond Howard from the Michigan Wolverines said, "Watch out for them Canes." I said, "Who?" He said, "Watch out for the Miami Hurricanes." He said they front seven. They have the most vicious front seven, which I don't agree with. But he said they have the most vicious front seven in college football today, and that they are looking like the Miami of old. So we definitely have to watch out for them Canes. I still don't think the Canes going to beat Florida State. But Spade, I want to ask you a question. That's what Desmond Howard said. If I would have knew you was going to ask me to say that on the show, I would have told you, by the way. But I'm going to ask you.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Who's your Heisman Trophy favorite? Now, I know a lot of people are slurping this guy from USC, I think his name is Darnold, Sam Darnold, quarterback from USC. We know about the running back from Penn State, Barkley. I think his name is Saquon Barkley. Somebody going to correct me in the comment section. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. But his last name is Barkley. Of course, we got our boy Lamar Jackson. Of course, we got Francois from Florida State. Spade.
What? He's not a Heisman hopeful.
What?
Don't say that. You didn't even say Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield is up there. Baker Mayfield is up there too, but I mean,
He didn't even say Baker Mayfield and gonna say Francois. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Francois is definitely a Heisman candidate. But who's your favorite right now? Do we think Lamar Jackson can repeat?
I actually don't. I mean, I definitely think his name is gonna be up there. But in the games, in the big moment games, I don't feel like Lamar was you know, I don't know. I don't feel like he was Heisman worthy. It's one person.
I don't think his team was good enough, bro. I don't think his team was good enough.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That defense is trash.
I'll buy some of that. I wonder, the guy who I'm still feeling like is the next big thing is going to depend on injuries, man. Injuries has derailed this guy twice, if I ain't mistaken. If he can stay healthy, man, I say keep an eye on Nick Chubb over in Athens, Georgia. Keep an eye on Nick Chubb. But I don't know if he can stay healthy. If he's healthy, he can do everything. He can do everything. I mean, special teams, he can do everything. I don't know, man. If Chubb can't stay healthy, I'm not really sure.
Let me tell you.
I want to say Mark Walton. Give me Mark Walton. Since you're going to say Francois. Give me Mark Walton.
Oh, Lord. Let me tell you something, Spade. I think Lamar Jackson could have another big year. I don't know if his team going to be that good because that Louisville defense, they always had issues with that defense. They can always put up 40-something, 30-something, 40-something points, but they give up 40-something, 30-something points. So it's going to be tough for him to... I think he's going to be amazing, but it's going to be tough for that team if that defense don't get their act together. Now, it's a new year. It's a new year. Maybe another year in the program. Maybe them defensive players get more confidence. Maybe they play better. Maybe they had a young defense. I don't know. But, Spade, let me tell you something I don't like about the Heisman now.
Oh, Lord.
I'm serious. All jokes aside, I'm serious. One thing I don't like about the Heisman now, it seems like it's really just a quarterback award. I got a problem with that. It's only a like the top. I think they listed the top 20 Heisman hopefuls, and 19 of them was quarterbacks. 19 was quarterbacks. The only one running back up there, and that was my man from Penn State, Barkley. And I got a problem with that. I know it's extremely tough for a defensive player to do it. We've seen Charles Woodson do it back in the day, Spade. It's extremely tough for them. But Jabril Peppers was in the mix last year as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Charles Woodson played offense. You know, when he
kick return, everything.
Yeah, he played everything. So I think a defensive player would really have to play like offense, do a bunch of different things on special teams to even be considered. And I don't like that they turned the Heisman into who's the best quarterback in college football. And it didn't used to be that. We seen Ricky Williams, we seen Ron Dane, we seen Rashawn Salam, God rest his soul. They retiring his number, by the way, over there in Colorado. But
so you ain't gonna talk about Derrick Henry? Derrick just won it.
But I mean, Spade. But the majority is definitely. I don't know. It just seems like it's a quarterback award, and I got an issue with that. You good with it being just majority quarterbacks?
I mean, it's kind of always been that way. It's about, you know, who makes the most plays, and the quarterback got the ball the most. And you know, in college football, where quarterbacks are allowed to be more multifaceted, I don't know. I really don't take. I don't take opposition to. I don't have a problem with it at all. I ain't gonna front. I don't have a problem with it.
So Spade, you don't got a no why Spade. I gotta think. I should have looked it up before I said this.
I got it pulled up. What you want to know?
Wide receivers. Have a wide receiver ever won it? I know Randy Moss was there. I remember Keyshawn, I think, was there. I don't know if they won it though.
Well, I mean, Desmond Howard technically was a wide receiver.
But that was like what, in the 80s?
That was 91.
What's that? 30 years ago?
Yeah, and
give me somebody recent, Spade. Give me somebody recent.
He's the most recent wide receiver to win it.
Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like I said, Randy Moss. I know he was a finalist, but he didn't win it. Randy Moss tore it up at Marshall. He tore it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm.
You know the most dominant wide receiver I personally saw, and I know Moss was dominant, but I'm talking about crazy dominant wide receiver.
Who's that? Calvin Johnson?
No. Calvin Johnson was dominant, but he played in an offense that didn't,
They still ran the what's the name down there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, But man, when Fitz was at Pittsburgh, oh my God.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was a finalist and didn't win.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I want you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Maybe I'm bugging, but I got a problem with it's always a quarterback winning the Heisman. Tell you the truth, I could see they slurping this kid Darnold now from USC. I could see him. You already know. Just like Bama and Wisconsin running backs, I got a problem with USC quarterbacks because they do not. Aside from Palmer, get me another USC quarterback that is decent in the league. Decent. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean they slurping this kid from USC, and he may be all world, but I don't know. I could see Lamar Jackson making a run at it again. I don't know if he win it. If I had to pick a dark horse, I'm going with Francois from FSU. I'm going with Francois from FSU. If I had to pick a dark horse. Spade.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
You with that Francois. I don't want it.
You picked Walton.
Walton got a better chance than Francois.
Bro, Walton, Miami not even going to win their division.
Anyway, let's move forward, man.
And hold up, Spade. Before you go, you already know how I get down, Spade. Before they get in this comment section and slander the Florida State Seminoles or my Rutgers Scarlet Knights, before y'all slander them, leave your team, your college football team, in the comment section down below. Because I got this rule, and I think Spade have adopted this rule as well. I think he has adopted this rule as well. You cannot slander my team if I don't know who your team is. Don't tweet me. Don't tweet me. Yo, your first tweet should be like, I like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Florida State suck. That's how your tweet should be formatted. Like, don't be like, yo, Florida State suck. And then I'll be like, yo, who your team? And you be like, I don't watch college football. I don't want to hear that. You can't say nothing to me. So leave your college football team.
That's what they say. I don't really have a team.
Yeah, I don't really watch college football. I don't really have a team like that. Leave your team in the comment section down below. Tweet us your teams. Tweet Strong Arm Sports your tweets. I'm pretty sure all links in the description. Something to be probably flashing over my face. But leave your teams in the comment section. Tweet us, email us, let us know who's your college football team. I was about to say this season, but Spade, so many people have been changing teams. They'd be like, yo, I was a fan of this team last year, but now I like XYZ. Fandom has changed. Spade, you got to ask that question on another show, by the way.
Yeah.
You got to ask that question.
I feel like college sports fans, they pretty much stick with a team. Like college sports fans, we are accustomed to seeing stars come and go. Now, people who are fans of pro teams, they be jumping around. But yeah, man.
I just want them to leave their college team in the comment section. Let your voice be heard. Who you rocking with this year? Spade.
Yes.
We're real good at making new segments on this show. We try to keep the fans engaged. We was looking around and it was a lot of news. It was a lot of news. And we was like, yo, you want to talk this? And we was like, it's news, but so the genius that Spade is, you know, once Spade say something, I get my brain working. Hey bro, we partners. I gotta give you credit. You said something, I get my brain working, and I'll be like, okay, but let's change this. And you be like, yo, that's a good idea. And we be like, let's go with it. Spade came up with this new segment called Quick Sets. You know, this is Strong Arm Sports. So instead of quick hits or hot takes, we gonna do quick sets. We in the gym doing quick sets. We ain't got a lot of time, Spade. We ain't got a lot of time. So we're gonna call this segment Quick Sets. Spade got a few things. I got a few things. Spade, I'm gonna start. Quick sets.
What you got, bro? Go.
Let's go to the fight. Spade, the fight tonight. Who you got? Mayweather, McGregor. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. We already said our thoughts on this fight. It's gonna be trash. Who you got though? Who winning?
I got the commercials. Whatever. It ain't even commercials in a pay-per-view.
No, it's commercials. Spade, you got to pick, bro.
I mean, I got Floyd, of course.
I mean, I got Floyd as well, and we want you guys to answer the quick sets in the comment section down below as well.
Mine ain't questions. It's before work, bro. I'm just trying to get a quick set in, man. This is real quick.
Okay.
In case you guys didn't know, Blake Bortles has already been announced as the winner of the QB competition down in Jacksonville. They ain't even had a damn game since they said it was a competition. I guess they decided Blake Bortles had nicer hair. He wins the starting job in Jacksonville.
Trash. Quick set, Spade. Magic Johnson may be in trouble for tampering with Paul George. Just reports out there saying Magic was still, even with after the trade, Magic was over there still trying to lure Paul George to LA after this year. I don't know what's going to happen. It's reports Magic said it's much to do about nothing. Spade, how do you feel about it?
I wouldn't doubt it. Quick set, Kansas City Chiefs running back Spencer Ware has a PCL injury. He is going to be out for a long time with that.
That's a huge hit to the Kansas City Chiefs. For real.
Right.
I know they got Sarkandrick West, but losing Ware hurts. Spade, moving on. Dabo, a dude that I think we both like, Dabo Sweeney, signs a contract extension for 8 years, $54 million to stay at Clemson. Dabo got paid.
Ooh, can't pay them players though.
You ain't
Quick
lying.
set. Phoenix Suns point guard Brandon Knight has undergone knee surgery and will miss this entire upcoming NBA season. Dang, that sucks.
Let me speak on Brandon Knight real quick. That sucks because Brandon Knight gets the raw deal. People don't like Brandon Knight, Spade, and I feel bad for this kid because he just can't get right. He always the butt of jokes.
Unlucky.
He is really unlucky. But moving on, quick set. D'Angelo Russell, he came out and he said he want to change the perception of the Nets. He want every team in the NBA to hate playing the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. And D'Angelo said he wanted like that, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, they gonna hate him. Everybody hate boring games. You know what? I got a little bit of time before work. I'm gonna pump out 2 more sets instead of 1. My first set, Kevin Durant applauds Kyrie Irving for his courage in saying that he wants to be traded. You feel like that was courageous, bro?
Nope. I'm so Spade. To me, I could be wrong because I wasn't paying attention to Kevin Durant tweets and talking this much when he was in OKC, but Kevin Durant seemed like he's talking a lot to me nowadays. He got something to say about everything nowadays. Winning a championship, and you know, it changes. I guess you got a lot to say once you win one. But I got one more quick set. I got one more.
All right, go ahead.
Nerlens Noel signed the qualifying offer with the Mavs for $4.1 million. He turned down, Spade, a 4-year, $70 million offer with the Mavs. Nerlens Noel is betting on himself. I guess he's assuming he can get more than 4 years, $70 million if he plays this year right here on a 1 year, $4.1 million offer. How you feel about that, Spade?
I'm usually a fan of people betting on themselves. I don't really like this right here. And my last quick set was about this story as well. CJ McCollum heard this story and tweeted, Nerlens Noel needs better friends and better people in his circle. He should have taken that $17.5 mil.
Yeah, man.
That's all I got, man. I got to get ready for work. That was my quick set.
I'm done as well. Spade, we can move on. This is where I want to be anyway.
I don't know why. First of all, man, if you guys are watching the show, I want to apologize for these french fries I've been eating. I never eat on camera, bro, but I am starving. And somebody came in here and dropped out some fries. These fries will be eaten. Fries are much better warm than they are cold. Folks,
First of all, before you go, what do you mean? You don't know why this is what I want to be. Everybody in the comment section has been saying that my top 5 has been better than yours in every facet of the game.
Well, I've only seen a couple of people say that, and I thought that was just you on your other accounts. You think I knew about them other accounts?
I don't got another account, bro.
Right.
I only got one account.
More top 5s this week, y'all. Matter of fact, I believe this will finish up our top 5s. We decided not to do offensive linemen, and we decided not to do fullbacks.
You decided to do not to do offensive linemen. I love the O-line. Hashtag O-line matters.
That's terrible. So this week, man, we're going to close out our top 5s, our NFL top 5s at each position. We're going to close it out with running backs and outside backers. Once again, I got to give you the Surgeon's general warning if this happens to be the first time you checked out our show. These top 5s are based off a few things. It's a formula. We can look at their stats. You can look at the team they play for. You can look at the scheme they're in, and you can judge it on your eye test. It's also almost a prediction of moving forward. Maybe this guy didn't have a huge season last year. Maybe you think this is his breakout year. Maybe he declined last year. Maybe you think he got something to prove this year and it's going to be a breakout year. So going into the 2017 season, based off of our formula. These are our top 5s. We're going to start with running backs. LaParis, give me your number 5. I want an honorable mention and your number 5.
No, babe. We got to start with back. Huh? Running back too good. The running back position is too good.
That's how I know your list trash. The backers I got good, my running back's good too. Apparently your backers ain't good. So backers don't matter to LaParis. Y'all heard it here first.
We got to go with outside backers first.
I mean, I don't care, man. Both of my lists are fire. So whatever you feel like, you know what I'm saying? You do whatever you want to do, man.
I want to start outside backers first. So at number 5, at outside backer, I have none other than Thomas Davis from the Carolina Panthers, a guy that's been getting it done for years. Came off, I think, if I'm not mistaken, two knee injuries. I can't even talk. Two knee injuries. Not last year. I'm saying prior. He had 2 knee surgeries and came back after those knee surgeries and still was the same guy. Thomas Davis has been getting it done. When Luke Kuechly went down, Thomas Davis said, I got it. Move me to middle, and I can play middle linebacker. You can move Thomas Davis all around the field. If I'm not mistaken, I think in college this kid played safety. I think he was a safety, if I'm not mistaken. Give me Thomas Davis, number 5 on my top 5 outside backers. What we already starting with? We already starting with a hitter. Let's go.
Well, that's pretty good. At 5, I got Anthony Barr, the outside backer for Minnesota Vikings. First, got a lot of attention because of his speed. This guy can run sideline to sideline with some of the best offensive players in the league. That whole thing where you put a back on your running back and you know you got a speed advantage, you might not have that speed advantage with Anthony Barr. I got him as my number 5 outside backer.
I'm not mad at Anthony Barr. I love Anthony Barr. Spade, I'm going to
Let me give you my 4th. I think you're going to like my 4th too.
Go ahead.
My 4th is a guy from Carolina, Thomas Davis. You talked about the knee injuries, and yeah, that was crazy. But my man played in the Super Bowl with his arm looking like a damn football. The man had staples and stitches. He broke his arm and played through it. Not only is he a hell of a player, he is the heart and soul of that defense, and that man got the heart of a lion. I don't think he'll ever slow down. I think he's going to stop playing when he feel like he's ready to sit down. I don't see a decline in this guy. I got Thomas Davis at number 4.
My number 4 going to shock you, Spade.
Your whole list going to shock me because it's subpar, and I expect more from you.
I got Vic Beasley. I mean, some people may have him at defensive end. I put him at outside backer. I have Vic Beasley as the number 4 best outside backer. Let me tell you something about Vic Beasley, Spade. First of all, we talked about Vic Beasley, not this time, but after his rookie year, we was like, Vic Beasley, he gotta
disappointing.
He gotta come to play this year. You know what, Vic Beasley ain't do nothing last year but have 15.5 sacks and 6, count them, 6 forced fumbles, Spade. 6 forced fumbles. I like a guy that can get the ball from the quarterback, and Vic Beasley can do that. Give me Vic Beasley as number 4 on my outside backer list. Vic Beasley.
Can I question you about that before we move forward?
Go ahead.
You expecting that same production, or you think he's going to even be crazy enough to take a step forward?
You know what? I think Vic Beasley can get better, Spade, which is scary. Okay. I think Vic Beasley.
I kind of consider him an M, but I'm not mad at that at all.
I think Vic Beasley can be an 18 sack guy, Spade.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
I do.
Wow. Okay. Who your 3?
Number 3, Spade, you ain't gonna like 3. You ain't gonna like number 3.
Because
it's a homer pick. It's a homer pick.
It better not be Sean Lee.
It's Sean Lee, Spade. You want to talk about guys that can play every position, that can cover backside of the backfield, that can cover a tight end and straight lock him down, tackle everything. Sean Lee, perennial Pro Bowler. Sean Lee, number 3 on my outside backer list. Spade, if Sean Lee ain't on your list, you don't know outside backers.
Sean Lee is terrible in coverage. He's slow as dirt. No, he's not on my list. Let me go ahead and I don't even want it to be no anticipation. I don't want you over there waiting to hear his name because you won't. Terrible, number 3 on my list, this guy right here is more so what I expect to see when we talking outside backers. And if I'm already disappointed in your list, bro. No Anthony Barr. I'm disappointed. At number 3 on my list, man, I got Levante David. This guy right here is a playmaker. Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Levante David is a playmaker. For that reason, I got him as the number 3 outside back on my list. But let me give you my number 2. My list only gets better. Number 2, man, I got Justin Houston. This guy right here gets to the quarterback. He's a dog against the run. Whatever you need him to do. But definitely when he decides to pin them ears back, man, tell your quarterback to watch out. Justin Houston is on the way. He is the number 2 outside backer going into this season from my eye test.
I think if you don't have these 2 guys at 1 and 2, then you don't know outside backers.
Now, don't tell me about my list, bro.
You don't know outside backers. At number 2, I have Justin Houston as well. Justin Houston, for all the reasons you stated. But you know what? Justin Houston is one of those guys where I like outside back, especially outside backers that get sacks and rush the passer. But I also like an outside backer that can drop in the coverage. But I like Justin Houston because when he pin those ears back and go after that QB, he's relentless. He's relentless. He's getting there. So you know what it makes the offensive team have to do? They gotta chip. They gotta chip with a running back. They gotta hold the tight end and double Justin Houston because some offensive tackles just ain't good enough to block this kid, and that's why I have Justin Houston number 2 on my list. And of course, number 1 is none other than Von Miller. Just a body of consistency. He's been getting it done since he's been in the league. Give me Von Miller as number 1. If you could pick anybody at outside backer, give me Von Miller because Von Miller is going to get after the quarterback. They drop him in coverage. Von Miller's not that good of a coverage guy. He can do it, but he's not that great. But Von Miller has been getting it done. Rushing the passer, dropping back in coverage with tackles, stopping the run. He's just a model of consistency. Give me Von Miller as number 1, the number 1 outside backer in the league.
I got Von Miller at 1 as well, and I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of your comments. He's not really a great coverage backer, and if you got a backer that's not great at coverage, you know how that's okay? When he's a complete dog at what he can do. And what he can do is get in that backfield, and I think he's the best in the league at doing it. He's got a variety of moves. He can run through your tackle. He's got this spin. He got this rip. He can do whatever. And he is great at knowing, okay, this approach won't work on this tackle, so I give him this. Hey, he's a game changer. Obviously, he is, to me, the best outside back in the game. LaParis, I already know people going to want to know why Levante David and Anthony Barr were not on your list, and you decided to go with a fan pick of Sean Lee, knowing Sean Lee don't deserve to be in this top 5.
Sean Lee is a model of consistency as well, Spade. Look up his stats.
That is terrible.
And she's just been getting it done. And I don't feel like I don't think he gets his due, Spade. Now, I love Anthony Barr, but I think Madden got a lot of people fooling on Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr was on my list last year, and he let me down. Didn't have a ton of tackles. I wanted a bigger year from Anthony Barr. I feel like that I didn't get from Anthony Barr in that defense. I was expecting big things from that Minnesota defense, and it seemed like that front 4 was delivering, but and Xavier Rose delivered, but everybody else kind of let me down on that Minnesota defense, Spade. Now, as far as David, it can only be 5 guys. So just because I don't have Barr and David 1 through 5, that don't mean they ain't 6 through 10. So, I mean, it can only be 5. But Sean Lee, look him up, man. He been getting it done for years. Another guy that's been hurt, coming off injuries, and still come back. And when he's healthy, he's a Pro Bowler, Spade. He's a Pro Bowler. Gotta give him credit. He deserves some due. Look him up, Spade. Give Sean Lee his credit. Let's go to RBs.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to RBs.
Oh, boy.
You want me to go first?
You want me to go first? You told me you want an
honorable
honorable mention
guy.
guy.
On my list for you. Yeah, I want an honorable mention guy. Absolutely.
Spade, at number 5, I'm a shot. First of all, at number 5, I got 2 honorable mentions because I knew you was going to pull this. Yep. I got Shady McCoy and DeMarco Murray both as honorable mentions at number 5. You could interchange any one of those guys. I put DeMarco Murray up there, Spade, because I thought DeMarco Murray was done. He went to Philly. He went to Philly, and he did not look like the same player. But he went down there to Tennessee. Tennessee pretty much changed their run game to more of a downhill zone blocking type of run game. And DeMarco Murray had a phenomenal year last year, so that's why he made honorable mention. But number 5 on my list, Spade, And I did this last year. And you was like, yo, I didn't see enough from this guy. He's too young. He a rookie. He was a rookie. And you had a problem with it. And I'm doing the same thing this year, Spade. At number 5, I got a guy that was a rookie last year that we did not see this guy. He came out of nowhere, and that's none other than Jordan Howard, the number 5 best running back in the league. This dude right here, nobody. If somebody tell me they seen Jordan Howard being second in rushing last year in the NFL, they are lying to my face. They are lying.
They lying.
Nobody seen it, and that's why I have Jordan Howard at number 5 on my list. I expect a bigger year, especially with having a rookie quarterback back there or a first-year starting quarterback back there in Glennon. You know how you combat that? A run game. A run game. Give it to Jordan Howard. Let him tote that thing.
It's funny you say that. Let me give you mine. My honorable mentions, I also got DeMarco Murray, but I got DeMarco Murray and I got Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller never gets mentioned, but good God, man, the dude get it done. I don't care how trash his team is. You put him on the team, he gets it done. I don't have Jordan Howard in my top 5. I don't have him as an honorable mention, and it's not because I doubt him. I doubt everything else around him.
Okay.
With a rookie quarterback, with you losing Alshon Jeffrey, you probably won't have Trubisky out the gate. You're going to have Glennon, but I fully expect Trubisky to be that quarterback finishing the season. I just think it's a situation where opposing teams are going to expect the running game to open up some stuff, and I think they're going to shut it down. I think they're going to be looking for Jordan Howard a lot more this year, and I think it's going to make it tougher for them. Okay, so let me give you my number 5. A lot of people are going to probably feel like it's a fan pick, but it's actually not. At number 5, I got Jae Ajayi. Jae Ajayi had an amazing season. He kind of limited his own carries. He was in the doghouse with the team for some weeks. When he got on the field, he never looked back, and I like he kind of got this underdog thing about him. Like he feel like he don't get the respect, and I think that makes him run the football hard, and I expect him to do so even more this year. Maybe reuniting Cutler and Gase can actually be beneficial for Ajayi. We saw some of the things they was able to do for Forte. Had people thinking that Forte was, a premier back. Turns out maybe it was Gase and Cutler. I don't know. But at number 5, I got Jae Ajayi.
So you can have a fan pick with a Dolphin.
Yeah, but my fan pick makes sense, bro.
So you can have a fan pick. So you can have a fan pick with a Dolphin, but I can't have a fan pick with a perennial Pro Bowler, a dude that goes to the Pro Bowl numerous times. Bro. But you can pick Jae Ajayi, who is concussed as we speak.
He's not concussed anymore, bro. He's back. And on this show, we don't give you credit for going to the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is that exhibition game that don't nobody want to play in. All kind of people be in the damn Pro Bowl. People you ain't never even heard of be in the Pro Bowl because don't nobody else want to go. So, yeah.
Go Spade. Go Spade.
At number 4, I think you're going to like this. Then again, knowing you probably won't. You probably got this guy much higher. At number 4, I'm going to go with Zeke Elliott. Now, I kind of hold Zeke back because even though I think Zeke is a good back, I think his numbers are inflated because I think he runs the football behind the best offensive line in pro football. Matter of fact, I know he does. So it's tough for me to evaluate Zeke. I think he's a great talent, but I don't know how he would look, on a worse team. I think we've seen a bunch of running backs. We saw Darren McFadden look good behind this same offensive line. The one thing I will say about Zeke, and the reason why he's in my top 5, I think he's got great vision, and he also has that perfect mix of power and elusiveness. I've seen him get some people that I'm gonna drop my head and try you, and I've seen him get shifty in the open field, and for that reason, at number 4, I got Zeke Elliott.
At number 4, I got Devontae Freeman from the Atlanta Falcons, Florida State, Florida State player. God, Devontae Freeman is just amazing. Burst of speed, power. Aside from in the Super Bowl when he missed that block. The kid is phenomenal.
Pass, bro. Don't judge him on that. He made a mistake.
The kid is phenomenal. The kid can catch out the backfield. For him to put up those numbers and he split carries with Coleman, I just think Freeman is definitely one of those guys that deserve to be in the top 5. But at number 3, Spade, I got Zeke Elliott. Zeke, you can't punish Zeke. People, and this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. People punish Emmitt Smith because he had a great offensive line, and they say, if Emmitt can't be amazing because he had that O-line, and I love Barry, and I think Barry is the best running back I ever seen. But you can't diminish Emmitt because he had an offensive line all his career. Detroit, draft better. How about that? How about that? Draft better. And Zeke just happened to get drafted by a team with an amazing offensive line. But if you want to talk about his rushing spade, that's fine. Zeke had a lot of rushing yards, led the league in rushing as a rookie. But you want to know what else you got to take into account? He's a great pass catcher out the backfield, Spade. Oh. He's a great pass catcher out the backfield. He's amazing. He has great hands. I think you can line Zeke up as a wide receiver. Some of the times we did that. A screen pass has the potential to take it to the house. I love Zeke, and that's why he's number 3 on my list.
Oh, man, I almost dozed off listening to that Cowboy stuff. A lot of people was mad at Emmitt Smith, and it wasn't Emmitt Smith's fault. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get Emmitt out of here.
Spade, you got a Gigi on your list.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not going at Jay. How many 200-yard rushing games did Zeke have last season? No further questions, Shauna. You may step down.
He didn't need it. He didn't need it. He took him out the game.
At number 3, I got Devontae Freeman. For all the same reasons you had. The reason why I got Devontae over Zeke is because Devontae wasn't even supposed to be the guy. It was Tevin Coleman's job. Tevin Coleman went down. They put Devontae in. They never knew Devontae was going to be this type of player.
I did. He went to Florida State. I did. He went to Florida State.
Why did I know some Florida State mess was coming? I got Devontae at 3. I feel like our 1 and 2 is probably going to be pretty similar. You could switch these guys out if you wanted to, or you could just copy my paper and score 100 on your test. It's up to you. At number 2, man, I got Le'Veon Bell, the patient runner out of Pittsburgh. And that's basically what sets this guy apart. I mean, it's a bunch of different running styles pretty much. You know, you expect to see running backs find a way to get forward. But it is truly something to see when you see how patient Le'Veon is and how he waits for the blockers to get in the perfect position. He just seems to be playing at a different speed than everybody. It's kind of like that Max Payne video game where you could get bullet time and slow everything down. It looks like Le'Veon is playing at a different speed, and for that reason, I got him at number 2. He's the number 2 best running back going into this season, to me.
That's crazy. At number 2, I have
You're crazy, bro.
At number 2, I have David Johnson as the number 2 running back in the league. I love David Johnson. Spade is crazy because I got crucified.
I'm about to blow your list apart. Don't do this to yourself. I'm tired of being
doing it because it's crazy. Because last year I got crucified by you for having David Johnson on my list. You was like, bro, he didn't do nothing.
And I was wrong.
And David Johnson proceeded to have an amazing year for the Cardinals, and that's why he's number 2 on my list. I think David Johnson is the number 2 best back in the league. At number 1, I have Le'Veon Bell. Spade. Le'Veon Bell is the best running back in the league. Not only patience. I'm talking about he has that type of smooth type of run. Like, it don't even look like Le'Veon be running fast, but Le'Veon Bell is amazing. He can pick up the block. He can catch out the backfield. And I feel like, now I know D'Angelo Williams filled in very well for Le'Veon Bell.
Go ahead.
When he was suspended.
No, don't try to, because you know what I'm going to say.
Because I know what you're going to say. I know you
don't know me, bro.
And I know what you're going to say.
You don't know me, bro.
Le'Veon Bell, when he came back, he took that Pittsburgh team to another level. When Big Ben, when they was up in Buffalo and Big Ben couldn't throw the AB in the snow, you know what they did? Gave it to Le'Veon Bell. You know what Le'Veon Bell did? Proceeded to have 200 and something yards rushing. You want to talk about 200 yards rushing? You got Jae on your list for a 200-yard game. For rushing for 200 yards in the game. Le'Veon Bell did that. Le'Veon Bell could have had 300 yards rushing in the game. They stopped giving it to him. Le'Veon Bell is the number 1 running back in the league. Give me Le'Veon Bell. If I had to pick anybody right now, I'm taking Le'Veon Bell.
That was terrible. The number 1 running back in the league moving into this season is obviously David Johnson. For the reasons you said and some. Yes, he is a hell of a back. Yes, he's got great vision. Yes, he is the best pass-catching running back out of the backfield. He's the best receiver out of the backfield in the league. And the reason why he is over Le'Veon is because when David Johnson ain't on the field, the Cardinals look shook. Ain't no replacing David Johnson. When Le'Veon decides to get high and he ain't on the field, you can throw in D'Angelo Williams, who the Carolina Panthers thought was washed, and he looked like a stud. He looked like the man.
A stud?
He looked like a stud, bro. I was ready to dye the ends of my hair pink until I realized I was bald. because I was that big of a fan of D'Angelo Williams. I was finna dye the ends of my dreadlocks until I remembered I ain't had no damn dreadlocks. So, for one, the fact that Le'Veon, for one reason or another, you don't really know if you're going to get 16 games out of this guy. Whether it's injury, whether it's suspension, whether it's holding out, you don't know if you're going to get him. I love him when he's there. But let's be honest, bro. That team ain't miss him much at all when he was not on that field. Am I right or wrong?
When he came back, he took him to another level.
Am I right or wrong? You talking about him getting 200 against Buffalo like Jae ain't give them damn near 500 yards rushing last season himself. He almost gave the Bills 500 yards rushing himself last season.
You just said Jae had 200-yard rushing games, and both of them was against the Bills.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you talking about he came back and he gave the Steelers a boost. He got 200 yards. Jay almost gave him half. He gave him $500,000. So why Jay
Ajayi on your list? He got
half his rack. He got
half his rack against one team.
I got him behind Le'Veon Bell, don't I? He didn't play as many games last season as Le'Veon. Bro, anybody who can hit this comment section and tell me that Pittsburgh didn't look okay with D'Angelo Williams in that backfield, I want to talk to you. They look okay. If you take David Johnson off that field, the Cardinals don't look okay.
Pull up these stats, bruh.
Pull up some stats, bro.
I'm pulling up some stats. I'm pulling them up.
Bro, this ain't just stats, though. This is our
I know, but you know
D'Angelo was eating out there, bro. D'Angelo was eating.
I don't know about eating, bro. I don't know about eating.
Let's keep it a bean. When you take Big Ben off the field, Antonio Brown disappears. They couldn't get him to rock. If you take Le'Veon off the field, they did not miss him much. I'm not going to say that he ain't a step above D'Angelo Williams. I'd be foolish to say that. But, man, that team was okay with D'Angelo Williams. They was okay. They was okay.
Yeah, I said okay. You said he was eating.
He was eating. For a backup, he was eating. For an over 30-year-old backup, he was eating.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to tell you this. This ain't no shade to Le'Veon Bell. But if you take David Johnson off the Cardinals offense, take him off the field, I guarantee you they can't even win. I don't even think they can win without him. They won't even win the game without David Johnson.
You need to go look
at that's why he's number one.
You need to go look at Le'Veon's stats, babe.
Nah, I'm good.
You need to go look. Le'Veon Bell is amazing.
Stats. We talked about the formula before we got into this. This ain't just stats.
I'm just talking about taking that team to the next level. Big Ben couldn't get it to AB a few times. You know who had 10 catches in the game? Le'Veon damn Bell.
Okay.
Eating.
So now we talking receptions out the backfield. You want to pull up David Johnson,
and I love David Johnson.
DJ catches out the backfield? Is that what we want to do? You want to pull up DJ's catches out the backfield?
Bro, you want to act like I'm slandering David. He ain't have a 10-catch game. I tell you that.
Let's pull him up.
He ain't have a 10-catch game. I'm willing to guarantee that.
Let's pull him up.
I'm willing to guarantee that.
And I love catches.
And I love David Johnson. I'm not slandering David Johnson. I just think it's Le'Veon Bell and then it's David Johnson. That's what I think.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. How many catches did Le'Veon have last season? Because DJ had 80.
Hold on, let me go back.
He had 80 catches for almost 900 yards receiving.
Le'Veon Bell was suspended.
Whose fault is that? Is that DJ fault?
Oh my God.
Is that DJ fault or Le'Veon fault?
Le'Veon Bell has 75 and he was suspended, Spade. 75 catches. 616.
Almost 900 yards over here. 880.
Spade. I'm telling you,
11 yards a pop.
Spade. Le'Veon Bell missed games. He only played 12 games, and he had 75 catches. Is that
a credit to him or a discredit to him that he missed games? That's part of my argument. He missed games.
You said DJ had 80. He played 16. I'm telling you, Le'Veon Bell had 75, and he played 12.
That's great. Why did he only play 12, though?
He got suspended.
Why?
I don't know. Marijuana, which is just I think it was marijuana. I don't remember. But I'm telling you, you want to say DJ had 80. I'm telling you, Le'Veon Bell had 75 in 12 games. That's what I'm telling you.
That's great. That's great.
That's
and I'm
what I'm
also telling you that the best ability is availability.
Okay, Spade.
DJ gave his team 16
I'm
games.
interested.
David Johnson, #1 running back in the league. Your champion
crazy,
for top fives is none other than K Spade, the prospect. Give this man a round of applause for being the champ of the top fives for the third year in a row.
If Le'Veon Bell played another 4 games, he'd have had 100 catches. He'd have had 100 catches.
I'm telling you, if a motorcycle had an extra wheel, it'd be a tricycle. I don't talk ifs. I don't talk ifs. I'm throwing ifs out the window, bro. What happened was my man got suspended, and for 4 games, that team didn't look like they missed him too much. D'Angelo was
I gotta go see what
work.
D'Angelo Williams did. Before we end the show, Spade, let me just look up D'Angelo Williams. D'Angelo, because you said he was eating. I need to see. I mean, eating.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah, he was eating.
Now it's within reason.
I mean, for who he is, yeah, he was eating.
Okay.
Listen, man.
Let me go
While Paris is looking up these stats, man, I want you to hit the comment section with your top 5 outside backers as well as your running backs. Or you can just copy my paper if you want to make an A on this test, bro. For the 3rd year in a row, y'all, I am your top 5 champion.
No, sir.
This man is supposed to be the NFL expert, and I come through and kick his ass week after week.
They in the comment section saying my list. Oh, Spade. Le'Veon, D'Angelo ate 1 game, Spade. 1 game. Against Washington, 9-12. He had 26 carries for 143.
Woo! On fire.
But that's one. You don't want to know what he did the next game?
What did he do the next game?
32 carries for 94, 2.9 a rush. That's trash. He got 94 yards on 32 carries.
Bro, 3 a pop is trash for a backup.
Yeah,
how many backups do you even trust to get 32 carries, bro? That's not trash. Come on, bro.
Bro, that's trash.
That's not trash.
Space.
That's trash.
2.9 a carry?
Bro, 3 a pop is trash.
That's Trent Richardson.
The league leader had 5.
That's
bro,
Trent Richardson.
No, get out. I'm not finna let you slander that guy like that. No.
Spade, you told me he was eating. I'm telling you, he averaged 2. He
for
had 1 good game.
30-something-year-old backup.
He had 1 good game.
30-something-year-old backup can come in and get 32 carries for 100. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that.
I'm not. 32.
Okay.
It took him.
So you want the backup to be Le'Veon.
It took him 32 carries. That's trash.
Okay, so you gave him 1 good game, 1 bad game. What about the other 2? What's his yards per carry on the other 2 games?
Trash. They didn't even give him the ride. Yeah, the other game was like.
What's his numbers?
Was like. All right, hold up, because I clicked.
I don't want no. It's like. I want to know what they were.
Hold on. The other game was 8. Look, the 32 for 94 was 9-18, 2.9 a carry, 9-25. He had 8 carries for 21 yards, 2.6, and then 10-2. He had 4 carries for 7 yards, 1.8. Trash.
4 carries?
4 carries.
Who else got carries that game? I don't know.
Nah, it wasn't. They probably threw it 40 times because D'Angelo Williams was trash.
How was he trash with 4 carries?
Cleveland, he
didn't give him 4 carries.
Cleveland, he had a good game. Not a good game. He had he had a trash game then too. 1-1, he played Cleveland. They won in overtime. He had 23 for 67 for 2.9 a carry. He's a 2.9 king.
Yeah. 3 a carry is bad to this guy. But
3 a carry is bad.
The guy that he got #2, David Johnson, for the season, averaged 4 yards a carry. The backup to Le'Veon Bell averaged 3 a carry, and he trashed. I don't know what he's supposed to do.
3 yards
to average 5 a carry, he wouldn't be the damn backup.
I don't understand how you think 3 yards a carry is not trash.
It's not trash for your backup. I'm not saying that he gonna come out here and be a Pro Bowl running back.
If your running back ain't averaging 4 yards a pop, he trash. I'm saying it.
Bro, you want to know how many? Okay. All right, let's look that up. I got you.
If your running back ain't averaging 4 yards a carry, he trash. I said it.
I got you.
I said it.
I got you.
I want our supporters to leave your top 5 outside backers and running backs in the comment section down below. And y'all gotta hit it at the end right there. Spade want to win this top 5 so bad he feeling some type of way because people in the comment section saying my top 5 better than his.
I got a question. Are we rounding up?
I mean, you rounded up. I said he got 2.9. You want to say that's 3. We can round up.
Okay. All right. So anything 3.5 and up, we saying that's 4. Let me tell you who all didn't get that. Jared McKinnon, Isiata, Rashad Jennings, Thomas Rawls. Hold on, it's more. Let me keep going. Ty Gurley averaged 3.2 a carry. He had a trash.
And Ty Gurley on my list. He had a terrible year last year.
So he's trash is my question. I ain't say is he top 5. I said is he trash? Is Ty Gurley trash?
He was trash last year. He had a terrible year last year. He was trash last year. Yes.
Wow, bro.
Ty Gurley was trash last year. Yes.
Doug Martin averaged under 3. He's trash. Doug Martin is trash.
Last year, Doug Martin was trash. The little dude, I can't even remember the little running back name with the dreads. That little dude was putting up numbers. I can't remember the little guy name.
We gonna base whether or not somebody good or bad off their averages, off their average per carry.
Oh,
that's what we doing.
Spade.
Wow, bro, that's terrible. That's terrible, bro.
I'm interested to know how the fans feel. Do you guys think 3 yards a carry is good?
For a backup.
I don't care if it's the backup.
This man ain't the starter. If my backup can come in and get me 3 a pop, I'm all right with that.
Shit.
If you got a backup that's averaging 4-5 yards a carry, he ain't no damn backup. I just gave you some starters that ain't even averaging 4 yards a carry. So why this man backup is supposed to average 4-5 yards a carry? That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right. 3 yards a carry is terrible. It's terrible.
That's not terrible.
It's terrible.
That's not terrible.
Anyway,
it's not terrible.
I want you guys to leave your top 5 in the comment section down below. Outside backers as well as running backs. Leave your top 5 running backs down there. Spade, you got anything else to add before we close out the show?
Just your daily reminder that this man got Sean Lee better than Levante David. We can wrap.
Spade got never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. Cause Spade got Jae had over 1,000 yards, over 500 on the Bills, who was getting torched last year. But he want to talk about Sean Lee. Let's talk about Jae.
Let's talk about him.
He got how many yards Jae has, Spade? Real quick. Let me go look.
Cause you're lying. About 1,200.
Cause you're lying.
1,200, 1,300.
1,272. He had
1,300 yards rushing.
He had
5
3
yards
games with 200 yards, 2 against the Bills, and 1 against Pittsburgh.
3 200-yard rushing games last season.
2 against the Bills.
And I'm tripping for giving this guy a top 5 mention.
But you want to know what he did the other games? Yeah.
I thought we were doing it off average. You just said, I thought we were just judging him off average. Now we're not doing that? We're not doing that no more?
Yeah, I'm not saying, did I say Jae was trash? I didn't say he was trash.
You saying it's a reach to have him in my top 5 like he ain't come out and shocked the world.
It is, because he got most of his things, 600 and something yards came from 3 games.
Okay.
All right,
he didn't even play.
Let's wrap. I'm done.
I'm gonna say he ain't even start for 14 games.
Let's wrap. I'm good.
I'm gonna teach you something one day, bro. I'm gonna share this knowledge. I ain't gonna be stingy with my knowledge.
Leave your top 5 in the comment section down below. That's the end of the NFL top 5. I want to thank you guys for joining Strong Arm Sports, the realest sports podcast in all the land. As usual.
All of it.
As usual. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. They free. If you new here, hit the subscribe button. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss what we got in store for you guys coming up in the upcoming weeks. Also, if you don't want to see 2 dudes arguing in the box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. Be everywhere. Is no reason why you should ever miss a show. Is no reason why you guys should never be. It's no reason why you guys shouldn't be informed, because we got social medias. We everywhere. We everywhere. You guys should be informed. You guys need to play, what you call it, the bell? Ain't it a bell or something up there?
Yeah, click the bell. Look, if you're gonna subscribe to our channel, click the bell right beside subscribe. It gives you notifications. It'll let you know when we throw a video up. From time to time, although rare, from time to time we do live broadcasts. It'll let you know when we go live, and you're not gonna want to miss that stuff. So subscribe and then click that bell saying, "Hey YouTube, how about let me know when these brothers do something new?"
Especially when Spade going to slander Sean Lee like that, just all on camera, just slandering Sean Lee. I won't stand for it. I won't stand for it. Listen, we want to thank you guys for joining us. We can't do this without y'all. We greatly appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.
Peace.